Are live, turns out. What's up, everyone? How we doing? Welcome to At the Close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, with you for the last half hour of today's trading session. I don't know what is happening right now, but we are just ripping. Rip City. Right now, it's happening. Let's talk through it, I guess. All right, it is time for PreMarket Prep at the Close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, Joel. Let's bring up the charts here because the day was looking one way, and over the last hour, really, it's really turned into a different day entirely.
Yeah, huge revert. I mean, this has been an extremely volatile day, both the upside and downside. We're almost 90 handles off that low. We hit 40.56. Not much on there in the dailies. I told under 40.93. Didn't have anything. And just caught a wicked bid here in the last hour. We just really started that move up from 40.70, and it's been a buy fest. We're up 7 handles at 34.50. The high is 65.75, so we'll keep that as a target. Crude's been all over the map today too. Crude's up 51 cents at 105.20. Gold has not participated here in the rally, still down 49.90 at 1861.80. Silver's in the red by 49 cents at 22.60. Bitcoin holding 38K, kind of close to it, but it's still holding it up $105 at 38,390. And Ethereum futures, they're up $50 at 28.3350.
I mean, hey, if anyone sees a headline, anyone wants to share a theory, I'm all ears because I see nothing. Honestly, as to unless I looked away and missed it, but which is always possible. I'm human, but it's a pretty broad-based rally, Joel, because you look across the board. First thing I do is I look at like the individual sectors. I'm like, all right, who's playing ball and who's not? And every single sector is caught a bid. Some more than others, sure. But you can look at your tech, right? Your XLK or your Qs, right, are leading the way here. So I mean, every sector. I looked. I went through all of them one by one, and every single one of them caught a bid in the last hour. So broad-based buying. Go figure.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple bad days. We took out the early low, and market gets tilted to one side, and that's what happens. You get tilted to one side. Big buy orders come in. I mean, it is the first of the month, so theoretically, you do have new
Yeah.
money to be put work by the retirement funds, the pension funds, and whatnot, and they put it to work all at once. I mean, that's
I
the
don't know.
way.
I don't know if it actually works on day one though, Joel. The logic is what the people get. What pay people get the Social Security or whatever, or it takes a couple of days and for that to trickle
It
through.
does, but there's still a lot
Yeah,
of, the managers know that they have the money coming in, so,
sure. Um,
they deploy it.
Last week, Joel, we talked about the lack of leadership, right? And so today, we have clear leadership, right? I mean, Amazon and Apple are falling behind, but you look at the chip stocks, chips are up across the board. Microsoft is green, Meta is green, right? I mean, there is clear leadership today, which is what you didn't have last week. And I guess you don't really care who the leader is as long as somebody is a leader. And today we have a clear leader, so that's
Yeah,
nice.
those 2 stocks, both, initially rallied off their earnings, right? And,
Yep, yep.
with the Microsoft, you undercut Friday's low, not by too much though, and then caught a bid. So, going off the report. Facebook, same kind of thing here. Caught that didn't quite get to the previous day's low, caught a bid. So it held up on a relative basis. Still not up to that high on Friday. Got up to 212.48 on Friday. So if you're looking for another target there, in Facebook, but held the 200 nicely. Excellent relative strength while the remainder of the market was getting killed, and market turned around and caught a bid.
Yeah. As far as who's not playing ball, really, it's materials, it's real estate, and it's consumer staples. Those are the three areas, and utilities. Let's throw
Yeah,
them
what
in,
about the utilities
in the
here?
bucket as well. So,
Well,
big,
it's just, that it was the safety trade, right?
yep,
And
safety trade is off,
safety
and
trade is off now, back into tech. I mean, we'll have to see if this is just a 1-day wonder or 1 hour wonder, right? I guess is what because it's really everything is matriculated in the last hour. I see. Kathy is having
I'm waiting for the reversal, Joel. What I don't know about you, like imminent, no, like
no. I
imminent,
tried that. I tried
imminently.
that trick. No,
Right, that's
no.
all right. That's fair, I suppose.
No, no. But let's get to our news stocks or supposed news stocks.
Only real one that I'm seeing. Well, I guess there's a couple. We didn't talk about any earnings this morning, but I guess the big disaster of the day was Global Payments (GPN). They reported this morning, and it wasn't great. And that stock is down 10%. That's your disaster stock of the day. There aren't many of them. That's one of them.
Well, if people are not buying things, I guess global payments not a stock that I follow. You did get a bounce. You didn't quite get to the monthly lows yet. Probably would have been holding out for 117. Obviously, 118.76 is where it got to. A nice bounce, gap down. God, don't have a lot. What are some of the other are the other payment stocks following it down too? What else do we have for? What else is in that sector?
Well, you like Fiserv, FISV, perhaps.
Boy, we haven't talked about that stock in a long
No,
time.
no, it's down. It's in
No.
the red today.
What about a firm? That's probably getting no, a
Well, no,
firm.
well, firm is tech, right? So a firm should be green, right? You could go like, who's another one? Maybe like a Fidelity National, FIS, perhaps. Yeah, that's in the red.
Mhm.
Or
That has a big level. I don't know if anybody's trading this. Fidelity National Information. That got right to the support area. A couple lows last week 95.24, 95.28. Got to 95.18. Got a nice bounce off that. But um, that one, I mean, holding on needs to hold 95. Been in a pretty big downtrend, though. This thing peaked way back. And, oh, this never got back to its COVID high. That's interesting.
no. And then I guess there was a bit of airline news. Spirit rejected the JetBlue takeover offer, and they're going to go ahead and do the Frontier merger, so they say. So I don't quite know what's going on here. I don't think anyone really does, but Save is having a brutal day. Um, you would think, Joel, if we do head into a recession, that Spirit Airlines and Frontier Airlines are the kind of the first places to feel it because they don't have the business travelers
Traveler.
to rely on, so they would probably
But
feel.
maybe the business travelers will end up on Spirit though, because
Oh, that's a thought.
trying
There's a thought.
trying to cut cost. Man, it's tough when you're getting in a merger and arbitrage kind of thing there. But
Oh yeah.
$21, yeah, shot up on the day that they were talking about the merger and came back to 21. So just technically, don't know what's going on in deal land though, but 21 is your major support for Spirit
That reminds me, I did sell my Twitter today. I saw a headline that Elon is talking to like outside investors to finance part of the deal, and I was just like, man, he's already kind of backing out. He wants to spend less of his own money, so I color me out as well.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys know I've been pretty opinionated on it, so
Well,
I'm not gonna go on
th-
another rant about
there's
it.
two
I'll spare
interpretations.
you
There's
guys.
two interpretations of that headline, right? One is, oh, he's hunting for more financing because he wants to do the deal, but I read it as, oh, he is looking for more financing because he doesn't want to spend his own money on this because he already knows because he's already having buyer's remorse. So
Uh, I just don't. I just don't know how you fix it. I don't know how you fix Twitter. I mean, so maybe that's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, also using his, putting his money. I mean, he worked hard to, build up Tesla and those other companies and stuff. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's getting some shareholder pressure or whatnot, but trying to. Well, it'd be interesting. I mean, wasn't Thomas Bravo? Wasn't
Uh,
they interested in it?
Oh, Tacoma, and there are rumors of them. I don't know if they actually came into it or not, but no, Toronto Dave. He did not say just to himself, but the fact that he is already trying to like spend less of his own capital, I don't know. I just
I
anyway,
mean, I
whatever.
can't. Yeah,
Anyway, the point is, I lost like 50 cents on the trade. That's fine. But I'm out, and now I can sleep easy at night, knowing
okay.
that. So, looking ahead to earnings, we do have a couple of big ones after the close today. Nothing like big, but like moderately big. So we've got Expedia is interesting. NXPI Semiconductors, they're interesting. MGM is interesting. Mosaic is certainly interesting in light of what's happening in over there. Avis, Logitech is interesting from a supply chain point of view. Wow, that Logitech chart's kind of brutalized. What it is tech. What else sticks out? Clorox back when there was a time when we were hiding in Staples, that was a good play, but not so much anymore. I don't know. Any of these jump out to you, Joel, as particularly interesting?
Yeah, I just was pulling it up real quickly as you said them. So, Clorox has not participated in the
No,
Staples rally.
no, it didn't.
Um, just really just been struggling since February when it had that gap down. Nothing. I mean, on a pop here, what you'd have to look at is the high of the rebound that comes in at 152.93. Actually, had two highs in that area. So, $10 pop to there and or be more yeah, about $10 pop to there. I look at that as resistance. And then you start to get into the whole gap area. On this one, since you've had a pretty nice rebound off this low here, off the 127.02 low. What I would do here if it did go into retreat mode, this 140 area looks like halfway back, couple lows in that area. So if they don't like it, see if it pauses at 140. But the fact that you've had this nice rally off the March low makes me think you might find some buyers here if it's a bad report.
Kind of just watching all these growth stocks really go, Joel. Like I'm watching like Roku really rip now up 10% on the day. Right, Wayfair, which reports earnings this week. I think they're on Thursday.
Ooh, look at Roku.
Yeah,
That now let's talk about Roku here for 1 second. Back up to the area of Friday's high. Couple of listen, 101.29 was Friday's high, 102.43. That's your high, current high in today's session, 101.90, another high there. I see three and a quarter, but the way that things are bunching up at 102, if you get through that 102, I don't think you have any problems. That 103 and a quarter, just realize it's been up here, three or four times. It looks like it's kind of bid up here, also right near the highs of the session. So Roku looking okay. And then what else did you say was having a pretty decent day?
Wayfair, and actually, Joel, can you maybe pull up Teledoc? What if you came in? What was it? It was a Thursday. Yeah, if you came in Thursday morning, the day after Teledoc's report, it was really bad. We talked about this. If you came in buying the stock on Thursday morning, let's say at 31.50 or whatever, the stock is not going to close higher 3 days in a row.
Well, no, not what
Yeah, on an open to
higher
close
than the
basis.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
Um, 31.56. I mean, the only thing, we talked about this was the monthlies and you had 3 monthly lows flagging at the 31 area, 31 and a quarter. So, the fact that monthly lows, they held up. I can't, really see this as any bit more than a technical bounce for now, but
Yeah.
Long way
Hey,
to fill the gap. Let's see what it can
buy
do, but
buy the
definitely a
dip.
big
Buy the dip
buyer.
works again though. I mean, and congrats if that was you. Buy the dip work. I would probably wouldn't hold too much longer if it were me, but that's just me. Yes, I did see ticker O, pain. I'm glad you brought that up because I did not notice it until today, but I looked at it a couple hours ago. I don't know what got into this stock. It's the largest REIT. I believe it's the largest REIT. It doesn't move a lot. It's very stodgy. If you go and look at the last, just go in the last 2 years, really, since we came out of the COVID lows, this thing trades in a range of like 55 to like 75, like the whole way. So it doesn't really move. But in the last, what is it? Last month and a half, Joel, this thing has gone bananas. It went from for realty, right? The beta has gone through the roof. It's gone from 65 to 75. It did that in a month, and now in the last 2 weeks, it's gone back down from to where it came
Yeah.
from.
I mean, this is uh, a REIT, right? That
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, just like I just would attribute it to like the utility trade coming off. People were hiding out until they don't want to hide out anymore. And big move for this. You hadn't seen a monthly move. Uh, a rally. You took out the resistance above 72.
Oh,
Wow, you had all these monthly highs right in this area. And they got through there 72, 72 and a half. And everyone thought they were golden. And then, it turned, bounced off the low today. You've already giving back half of the move. Bouncing off the low. I mean, if you're going to try and pick a bottom on it, then you can lean on the low for today. But yeah, just hitting the exits here and as a safety trade, and turned out to be not so safe.
is it me or are we getting more late day, like random late day M&A rumors than usual?
Sure.
We just had
I don't
one
know.
hit just now. SWCH. This just came through. It was a report from Bloomberg that Brookfield is considering taking over SWCH. Uh, Brookfield Asset Management, I think is the firm there. But I feel like this has got to be like the third late day takeover rumor in the last like couple of weeks. No, I just feel like it could just be me.
Well, if you want to do a late day, if you want to get the most bang for your buck with a rumor on something like that, you certainly, get it in late in the session, and you have, people that are trading it, maybe long it, shorted or whatever. Really caught people today because it looked like you were going to be holding the 29.70 area. That rumor comes out, but it looks like that's just what it is. It looks like a rumor. You're actually coming back down to near the low of the session, 29.51. All these lows in this area, not about. So to me, it looks like just a rumor. If you're going to go with the rumors, if there's smoke, there's fire. Then I think you got to lean on that low for today. Current low is 29.51.
All right, we got 10 minutes left in the day. If there is any tickers you want us to talk about, drop them into the chat while you're there. Drop us a like. We would appreciate that. Um, let's look ahead to tomorrow morning real fast. Tomorrow morning is big for healthcare, right? Biogen reports tomorrow. Pfizer reports tomorrow. Teva is tomorrow. And then we've got Paramount, BP, Molson Coors, Scott's Miracle Grow, and Estee Lauder. So big day tomorrow on the earnings front. Social trading mentioned Tesla. I did just see Tesla on my my signals tool in Benzinga Pro making new highs. Everything's making new highs here, Joel. I'm seeing Tesla making new highs of the day. I'm seeing AMD making new highs of the day. They're all making new highs of the day here
I
right now.
think I think with the Tesla, that people probably if he must did back out of the deal, I think there'd be a little bit of relief there that he's back on it. I can't. Nothing's jumping out at me here in the Tesla. I wouldn't have been looking on that dip to buy it. Did held up well, compared to that low that you had last week. Sometimes I got to read on this stock. Sometimes I don't. And this is one of the days where I just don't have a read on it.
You know what, Joel? I'm going to theorize here that something big is happening on some trading desk somewhere as the reason for. Oh, did you hear about the flash crash overnight? Hear about that?
No,
There was a flash crash in Sweden. Citigroup apparently was the cause of it, but yeah,
what
it was.
time did that take place?
I don't know, sometime in the middle of the night. It only happened in the European markets.
No. So
Yeah,
what do you even? Is there even a Swedish ETF?
yeah. There is. It's
What is it?
I don't know.
SW. Well, if
Um,
it happened before
oh,
four
but yeah,
o'clock.
it happened overnight though. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it didn't.
Um,
Wow. No, I did not hear
no,
that.
I
I
know.
mean,
I mean, I just feel like some desk somewhere is doing something big because as we're talking, the VIX is crashing, right, and everything is rallying, everything. All right,
I
so
think some desks are probably some are doing extremely well, and others are just getting roasted. I mean,
perhaps.
we're almost 100 points off that intraday low of 40.56. So, you get looking for 4,000, and some gets a little bit too twisted to one side, and maybe having to unwind some stuff, or someone was due some orders, do some fills on some stuff, and they were trying to get it at a better price, and then it got away from them, and now they're scrambling. But haven't heard anything. Imbalances today, Kevin. I
Small,
don't even know
smaller,
what to think,
smaller,
man. I
smaller.
mean, hmm, with this kind of volatility. I guess you would take to the buy side, right, with the way we're popping. But high for the day is 65.75. We're currently at 41.48.
Hey, I just did something that I put up a chart that I hadn't put up all day, Joel. Berkshire Hathaway. I just looked at that for the first time all day. I didn't look at it at all this morning or before the show or at any point
I mean,
today.
the appetite for risk here, this would be a stock that would be, people would be exiting, right? If they're going to get
Well, not
in.
in the last hour.
No, no, you did. It's still down $5.50, but
Yeah, yeah.
trying to get into the gap area. I don't know why they gapped up that day. I don't know if it was earnings, but if you were focusing on your low 310.78, how low did you get today? Nah, when they got it 311.74. So I guess they're out to inflict a little pain on Warren there. They didn't like some of the stuff that he said, perhaps at the meeting. But big move, bouncing off the low. But once again, if we are going back to a little bit of a risk on market, this might not be the issue that you want to be in.
Perhaps not. Although it'll take more than a day, not even more than an hour or two to convince me of that. What about Spotify, Joel, for Eduardo? I saw a headline that Facebook, who I didn't even know was in the podcast game, is now getting out of the podcast game. So shows you how well that worked out for him. But how's Spotify doing here?
Getting a bounce, got hit. I believe it was off earnings, made the earnings low. Gave you a shot under 96 2 days in a row, 95.74 and 95.22. Uh, I think what you got to wait up for this one a little, man. Once again, not a super technical stock. You do have the high from last week. Wow, that's way up at 114.52. 109.39. I guess, strong close here. Maybe, hang out for the high from last Monday and Tuesday. That's really the only thing I can give you. Last Monday's high was 113.63. Last Tuesday's high 114.52. So earnings low, rebound, and we'll see if we can get back up to that 114 area.
What else do we have here? Let's look for names that I'm not. Oh, we haven't talked Lockheed Martin for a while. How are those stocks doing today? Well, not just today. You know what though? They've actually held up okay, right? Like
They
Lockheed
did.
is like what? So it's down $40 in the last 2 weeks, but that's not that much. What's that, like 10%? So that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
No, a defense stock, and that's where the money's been flowing into. What I don't like about this chart, you had the big month 2 months ago, so that would be February, or excuse me, March. You had the big month. April, you gave it back, and you already breached the low for last month. That was 430.38. Looks like you're going to close above that. So I look for a quick turnaround in this one, closing above the monthly low. Of course, that's a lot what the market did. But 426, if you lose that, next daily low doesn't come into 421.70.
Still going, Joel. We are
Still
still
going, yeah.
going.
Will
are
we get a new
still
high of the
going.
day? That's the question. That comes in at 4165.75.
Yeah, everything. I don't remember where we were when we started the show in terms of green versus red, but we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the banks just went green just
Okay.
now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or they're unchanged. Whatever. I'll call that green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sectors in the green. The other 5 in the red. But we are rising here. The with the banks just going green, and then you got
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got? Bank America doing something here. New low of the move, rally. Still got the recession fears. This one gave you a look at yesterday's low, Friday's low, 554. You only got 540 today. So for as much as the S&P took out the yearly low, it looks like a lot of these stocks that compared to Friday, those are the ones that held up. So using your daily lows help you out there with 3 minutes to go in the session, trying to bust into the 4150
Hey,
handle.
you know what really hasn't participated in the last hour and a half or so is China. Look at Alibaba. Look at Baidu. Right? I mean, yeah, they're up, but they're up like $1. Right? $2. Right? Baidu's up like a buck and a half.
Yeah, you had that big move on
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
And gave it back. I mean, tough, gappy area. You don't know what the news is going to be on this one, but a good day. I mean, what uh, the only thing I would, if you're on this, what you want to do is you want to see a little bit of a repeat of the last time that it gapped up, kind of hung out for a day, right, and then continued higher. So I don't think I'd use today's low, really two lows right in that same area. 96.66 and 95.15. So that's what you're leaning on. And you like to see it back up at Friday's high, 103.52. And then it opens up to over 105 for Alibaba.
Wait, Steven in the chat saying he thought that China's market was closed today. Is it? Wait, I didn't actually see. I didn't think. Is that true? I didn't realize that was the case. It could be. I thought they were open. Anyway, we've entered the final minute of the trading session here. So, Hong Kong
And
is
we're
closed.
good. We're up 20 handles for now. I'm not sure
Yeah.
to see what the balances are, but that low was 40.56, so 90 handles, almost 100 handles off that low. Impressive rally. We'll have to see overnight now. If you get any kind of declines, I'd say, that I would expect some buy the dippers to be in there. Probably not a bad day to report. So people are feeling good about the market rebound. So something doesn't get a good
Yeah.
report, don't take it too hard. Wait to see if it rebounds. But overall, it didn't look like a good day to report until 2 o'clock, and then great last hour in the market.
That's
So
it.
yep,
There,
ten
and
points from the
still
high.
we're going into the close here. All right, it's the exact opposite of Friday, Joel, where we just could not catch a bid if we were, trying to hit it from a boat in water. But here we are now, closing at the highs of the day, at least in the Nasdaq. The S&P futures not so much, but the Nasdaq
Just
we are.
off it. Maybe we'll get there in the after hours. So, all right, everyone, have a good evening. Should be a fun day tomorrow.
Smash that like. Catch you guys later.